Well, hello and welcome to a VO's Journey podcast. Yes, I know. I've done it. I have decided I've gone back to doing a single podcast. I just love doing the podcast. I mean, yes, I do the videos, my videos, but the podcast, I don't know. I love doing the podcast separately. So, me, I'm that crazy guy. Anyways, thank you so much. We're going to be talking today in the podcast format. I'm very excited. We've got some cool things to share. But the big thing today, I really want to talk to you about, the state of the voiceover world and, just from my little corner of it and what I see and what I think the best things that you should be working on right now is and what I see trending out there for voiceover work, okay? So, plus we're going to talk about, of course, VO's Journey, Elite Academy, our specials coming up, and also we're going to be talking about Academy Voices and Academy Voices Entertainment because we've got movement going on there. We got work coming in, lots of things happening. So, super excited to talk about it. Let's do it.
This is VO's Journey. With your host, the incomparable Anthony Pica.
See, hasn't it been too long? It's been too long since we've had our intro. We needed our intro. So anyways, it's so good to be talking to you guys, coming back. Man, there's so much that's been happening and going on behind the scenes. Also, I'm really excited to tell you next week I'm going to be interviewing Gabby, voiceover Gabby, and very excited. I just love Gabby. She's awesome. We've become more and more friends, and she's just she's really not just a fantastic voice actor, but also just a wonderful champion for voice actors and the industry for us. And she keeps it real too, which, I love. So very excited to be talking to her next week on the podcast. So don't miss that. We'll probably come out sometime in the middle of the week. So hopefully before July 4th. But anyways, looking forward to that. So today, we're chatting about getting in, talking about the voiceover industry right now, what's happening, and because of what's happening, what should you be doing? What am I doing? What am I seeing? What's going on? And what you should be doing, or at least in my humble opinion. So listen, I think that there is, I'm a very positive person, right? Or at least I try to be. Sometimes I fail, but I try to be positive. But I think right now it is no doubt that we are in a battle. We're in a battle for our lives out here. Work's not coming like it used to. There's a lot of businesses, there's a lot of voiceover platforms that are really struggling. They're pulling back. I know you can't, you can, but I know it's silly to hate like an algorithm, but man, I don't like AI. I don't like AI. And yet, in some cases, I feel like I'm forced to use some of AI, like writing tools and image makers. And it kind of goes to show, right? And I don't want to, I really don't. I want to use copywriters and I want to use image creators and I want to use these things. But, I will admit to you, I don't have the money. I can't afford to pay $10,000, $20,000 to create, images and things that I need on a daily basis. Now, mind you, I would say stock footage. So, I suppose you could say it was AI generated, but a lot of it, some of it's not AI generated. It's generated by photography and by people too, or digital means. So, but there's some stock footage that is created by AI. But, in general, sometimes if I write something, I'll use, AI to help it, write it better. I've never been a great necessarily writer. So, AI does help me in that sense. But I'm pretty much talking about the voiceover. I really don't like it. And it bothers the snot out of me. especially with what we have to deal with now. Because again, the reality is AI will have its moment. It's having its moment. It's the buzzword, right? And it will, people will use it as a way to get what they want from us. And it's working, meaning that, people can say, and they're saying to us, hey, listen, I can use AI. This is the cost of AI. This is the cost of this. This is the cost. I don't need to pay that and everything. And so, the point I'm trying to make is this is all challenging for us, right? This is challenging. This is something that we have to deal with. I've always said AI is never going to be better, okay? But it's there. It's a part of things. Doesn't help that the economy, right, is really not doing very well. We're in the summertime, which is typically slower times of the year because people are out vacationing, people are taking trips, they're taking breaks. So, that's, summer is like that. But I think in general, people don't seem to be spending as much money. They seem to be pulling back. A lot of people are. I mean, I'm excited to talk to you today in this podcast about the things I see that are working very well and where I see like my students and things that are happening with the academy, things that are moving forward and trending there. But I think overall still, from a standpoint, when the economy's good, when things are bustling, things are really moving, right? I mean, like everybody's winning, but when the economy's not doing well, things are struggling, it's not easy. It is not easy, and you have to really buckle down and focus on the few things that are working, and you have to set yourself up for the future. Because when things aren't working right now, you have to keep pushing yourself so that in a couple of years when things are up again, you're really going to be rolling. And your job right now is to get through the tough times. Okay, get through the tough times. Now, if you set yourself up in a position and you've got, really great repeat clientele and you're doing what, you're probably doing okay, and that's great. But I see a lot of people struggling, a lot of people, and I hate to say the word cannibalizing themselves, but, there's a lot of scared and nervous and afraid voice actors in our community. And I understand. I don't blame them for being that way. But, sometimes, you have to put that aside and keep looking forward at what is going on and what is available. So speaking of that, I think something to be very clear about, right, is that you cannot stop. Do not stop. Do not quit. Do not give up. Right? Don't forget, you don't fail until you give up. I mean, seriously. I mean, that's the truth, right? You don't fail until you give up. So don't give up. All right? You are going to be successful. I think for me right now, the big trends that I'm seeing, the big things that are working for us, all right, clearly audiobooks are just killing it, right? I mean, we got another audiobook job came in today through Academy Voices. We've got lots of audiobook stuff going out through Academy Voices Entertainment. A lot of audiobook work that our people are getting through ACX, through Fiverr, through Upwork, through private clients, right? Through direct marketing, a lot of audiobook work. And AI is not really, even though they've pushed and they keep pushing authors, there's so much work available. It is not something that is really just, messing with that industry at the moment. And I'm really happy about that. That is a bright spot for me. Okay. So that is a bright spot. Second thing is, entertainment from animation, dubbing, indie type of, indie type of entertainment from old cartoons, new animations, video games, fan dubs, growth through those YouTube channels. I mean, our YouTube channel, we're really getting on track, seeing some awesome growth, some opportunities, starting to also create our own entertainment, our own audio dramas growing. There's just a lot of growth there because people are consuming that entertainment, right? We love to listen to audiobooks. We love to listen to audio dramas. We love to watch animations. And also because of a lot of the time that's gone by in the public domain, there's so many cool things that become available all the time, right? And as we go along, there's so much more things that are available now that we can use to repurpose content, work on our voice acting, make new things, and also use those to grow. And I think that's an exciting opportunity in itself as well. There's still we've actually been doing quite well with phone messaging of all things. You'd think AI just took all that, but no, we've actually been doing jobs and getting things with voicemail and phone messaging. So that's been really nice. And I think another thing to note here too is be very cognizant about how you're doing the business. And then, you know what I mean? It's not just about you're doing your voiceover, but it's about, are you getting back to people in a timely manner? Are you being polite? Does your pricing make sense? And this has nothing to do with how much you're charging. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about, does it make sense? Like you charge X amount for this and then X amount for that. Does it make sense? You know what I mean? Think about it. Is it like, are you charging this amount for this words, but then this next set of words you charge this amount, and this set of words you charge this amount? And I'm not talking about negotiating here. I'm talking about and then you add on here and you add on there, and there's something else. We're gonna add it's gonna be a WAV file. We're gonna charge you there. I mean, make sure it makes sense. Just because a platform tells you to do it doesn't mean you need to. Right? Because people are going to be like, that doesn't make any sense. I see that a lot of time. Perfect example. Today we had a client come into Academy Voices who was like, they went to 5 different people. I mean, I hate that we were 6th, but they went to 5 different people actually over the last couple of days. No one ever got back to them. Right? Or when I say people, I mean like businesses, or other platforms or, independent places or whatever. And no one ever got back to them. So, I got right back to them, worked with them, spoke to them on the phone, set everything up. Now we're moving forward. And they were very excited about it. But the point I'm trying to make to you is I got back to them in a very quick, timely manner. I was very polite. That's how we do business at Academy Voices and a VO's Journey Lead Academy. It's important that customer service now more than ever. When businesses are also trying to go away and use AI, I'm sick of getting those darn robocalls where I know it's an AI person. And I got one call the other day where it was like someone, I picked up and it says, "Hello, are you there?" I could tell it was a robot, right? So I sat there. I didn't say anything for a minute. And I just sat there on the phone. And it stayed there because it was waiting for me to respond, right? Because once it responds, right, it kicks into the AI and then it'll respond. I'm like, this is ridiculous, right? Like this stuff is, no consumer wants that. We don't want this stuff. We don't want to listen. I don't want to listen to AI narrate the Dargon Olympics, right? About that going on, right? I don't want to listen to that crap. Anyways, and I don't think people do either. Consumers do not. So, AI has its time right now, but it's going to peak and it will move on. It will be there, but it's not, we are here for the long haul. So don't forget that. All right, real quick though, I want to stop and I want to share something really cool with you. That was one of our voice actors. We have a cool commercial for VO's Journey Lead Academy, so we're going to listen to that now. I'm really excited. We had one of our voice actors put this together, and I'm going to start using this in our podcasts and so forth for our commercials. So here it is.
All right, you got the gear and invested in your space. But most importantly, you made the decision. I want to be a voice actor. Good, because there is a place that will help you get started and propel your new career forward. Welcome to a VO's Journey Elite Academy. Led by seasoned veterans in the voiceover industry, the Academy is one of the most finely tuned, comprehensive programs to make your voice competitive and marketable. So what makes us different? A VO's Journey Elite Academy has more to offer than just pre-recorded courses. We offer live classes in acting and marketing, as well as a script workshop. That's 3 live sessions a week, every week. Need more support? Your membership at the Academy grants you access to an amazing and supportive community where goals, wins, struggles, and new ideas are shared daily. Our founder, Anthony Pica, would like to cordially invite you to embrace this incredible opportunity to learn step by step how to embrace your dream. Whether it be in audiobooks, animation, meditation, or captivating your audience through commercials, a VO's Journey Elite Academy equips you for success. Sign up today at avosjourney.com and your first month is only $39. Listen, it's proven fact that the biggest obstacle to any voice actor is themselves. So don't wait. You've made the choice to chase your dream. Now embrace it. Sign up today and make your journey a VO's journey.
All right, so that's right. Join a VO's Journey Elite Academy. We'd love to have you. Remember, next week we're doing our 4th of July special starting on July 1st, so Monday, and it's going to run through Sunday. We got some amazing deals. We'd love to have you. It's a great time to join the Academy. And that's the thing about training. I've worked with voice actors for a long time now, and I know money. I know you have to pay for training. And what the crazy thing is in business, everything, you've got to pay up front. You know what I mean? Like, you've got to pay in advance before the good times roll. And it's always hard, right? I know it. It's hard, even with paying for training, paying for these things. I know it can be hard, but I promise you it is so worth it because, right, these things like training, getting into a community, getting these opportunities, that's what sets you apart. That's what helps you move forward in your business. All right. And that's what makes you different from everybody else. So take the leap, come and join us. We'd love to have you. Gosh, we got so many things like we were talking about going on. Academy of Voices Entertainment has been a blast. We are growing it. That's been it's our YouTube channel and our entertainment side too. So basically, we are, again, using a VO's Journey Elite Academy, and our members are creating content. So we have Academy Voices, which is our part of that. That's our website. That's our online casting website where we find voice actors jobs, right, that are from other people. But I wanted to create an entertainment side where we create the jobs ourselves, right? And we share in the revenue that we earn through product placement, advertising, etc., through audiobook work we do, through animation work we do, through audio dramas we do, right? Work that we commission and we help our voice actors earn that way, right? And we do a lot of that through revenue sharing. So that's an exciting part that is growing. We are, making a lot of strides, getting into the animation side, more so doing dubbing and fan dubbing, but also taking things that, we are allowed to use, whether it's in the public domain, because there's a lot of cool stuff in the public domain that's come public, from the 30s and 40s that are a blast that we can use. But we do a lot of audiobook work. I've written some audio dramas, and, we also have radio plays. There's a lot of things going on and a lot of stuff in the pipeline. So it's very exciting. We have teams of people working together now. I mean, it's really exciting what's happening. And, being a part of something like that is important for all of us, right? Because we want to move forward with it. We want to move forward with their business. No matter what it takes, you move forward. You keep, pushing the limit. I want to talk about the last thing here is about getting into what now. I talked about what I see trending. I mean, it's evident more now that audiobooks are still trending. They're always trending. A lot of people, are mixed about audiobooks, right? Because it's a lot more work than a 15-second commercial, no doubt. And yes, it can pay a lot less than a 15-second commercial. However, the amount of work and availability far outweighs the price difference. Now, there are some people who are just going to be busy, and that's wonderful. I'm very happy for them. And there's but having that ability to have voiceover work, like audiobook contracts, audiobook jobs in your queue, having that money, $2,000-$3,000 for a project come in, gives you a couple weeks to work on it. That's very appealing. It's very appealing for a lot of people, a lot of voice actors, especially when we have full-time jobs, we've got families, we got a lot of work on. Things aren't easy to just do everything, like during the day when things are like a lot of commercial work and people want them, within a couple hours. It's not always easy to do that, right? So it's really nice to have audiobook work. But here's the thing, we need to be auditioning consistently. So, we were talking last night, not last night, but the night before, in our marketing class on Wednesday nights is our marketing class. And we're really talking setting goals for our marketing and specific audition goals, and using the ratios and numbers that we know work to do that, right? Which is part of what we teach at the Academy. And, I think it's so important that, you push yourself to set your own goals, and to follow through consistently. Do not stop. That's the biggest thing I see. What happens is people quit way too early. Listen, like I was going to say, I'm just as much talking to myself as I am to other people. I always sometimes feel like you quit too early. And you have to understand too, that some things, when I say quit too early, I'm not talking about, well, you quit after 2 months. That was way too early. Yes, that was too early. But I'm talking about sometimes quitting too early could be 2 years, 3 years. People quit way too early, okay, without giving themselves time to really build something that has a very strong base and an infrastructure. And on top of that, they quit too early because a lot of times they're not ready themselves. They need more training, whether it's acting, whether it's business, whether it's marketing, whether it's figuring out what market that they they sell better to, because we're not all selling to the same markets, because our voices don't match. Like my voice matches certain markets I've learned over the years. Some markets it doesn't. Perfect example, I was talking about, that we've been doing more voicemail work recently through Academy Voices. I do not get hired for voicemail work. I think I do it really well, but people don't hire me for it. I get it. I get hired for a lot of corporate narration. Okay, like people like my voice for corporate narration, right? Board meetings, corporate venues, financial institutions, things like I don't know that. That's what I get hired for a lot. I'm very happy about that, but I don't understand why I don't get hired for voicemail. People don't. My voice isn't trusting enough. I don't know, but either way, right? That's okay. I've accepted that. But the point I'm trying to make to you is that that's something that I've become aware of over time, because I have done this long enough, tried out so many things, and found out that it's not like I'm not a bad actor, right? I'm not a bad voice actor. I'm pretty good. Okay, there are people who like what I do. They really like what I do. And then there's other people who I'm not the right voice for. And you figuring that out for yourself is very important too. And it's very liberating as well, because if you figure that out and you become okay with it, then what you'll find is you won't have the stress that goes with, oh, I'm not good enough. Oh, I can't do this. Oh, I need to do, I need to change everything that I am. Now, that doesn't mean that you don't push yourself to grow. I've gone through many of those moments in my business, right, where I forced myself to try something, something even a little bit new. This happened really early on in my business when I was struggling with getting voiceover work commercial wise. I always got audiobook work. Right. I always was able to get audiobook work from the very beginning, but commercial work I struggled with for a long time. And it wasn't until I started really focusing on what people I started focusing on people who were being hired. I got training and I worked really hard on learning about what was being what was being hired, like what was being asked for, and was I delivering that through my voiceovers? I wasn't. You know what I mean? I wasn't, and I changed that, and I worked hard on it, and lo and behold, that's the 95% of all the work I do now. Okay, that style of voiceover. So, it just goes to show you, right? Don't quit, don't give up, keep working, keep training, keep learning, keep putting stuff out there. But the key to all of it is that you have to keep producing. You have to keep auditioning. You have to keep creating content, meaning, whether it's samples, demos, whatever. You have to keep creating and keep moving forward. Once you stop, you atrophy. You atrophy. Even if it feels like sometimes the things you're doing, nothing is happening. There is something happening. It's just like planting, right? I mean, we would be philosophical. It's just like planting a flower or planting, food. You're doing all of this stuff. You're watering, you're nurturing, you're weeding around the food, your plants, you're putting fertilizer in there. You don't see anything happening. Nothing, everything's happening below the surface. Things are happening. And then after you've done all this work, right, a leaf sprouts and another leaf. And then it keeps going and it keeps sprouting. You keep nurturing it. You keep growing it. And it isn't until down the road that, the vegetable or the fruit appears. All right. Same thing with everything. It takes time, and you have to preload the work and the effort before you get the result. And when you have certain times that are completely out of our control, like the economy, right? It could even take a little longer, but that doesn't mean it's not going to happen. And that's where I tell people when they quit and they leave, don't, hold on, keep fighting, keep working, keep putting yourself out there. Make sure you're around people who are making stuff happen, because they will bring you along with them. Do you understand? Like that's an important tip. Stay around people who are go-getters, who are doing things are happening, not people who are complaining all the time, not people who are telling you all the things you can't do. Be around people who are moving forward, doing stuff, innovating, right, or creating. They will bring you along with them. Okay? Really, they will. Okay? So I hope that, us shooting the breeze today on the podcast got you really working on, listen, I know that these sorts of things are trending. All right. I mean, the reality is audiobook work is there, you guys. It's there and it's available. You might not want to do audiobook work, but you need to get work. So it's there. Keep working no matter what. Your number one job is to keep the revenue flowing no matter what. Your business will atrophy if you don't keep moving forward. That doesn't mean down the road, when business picks back up again, that you change and you don't do as many audiobooks or whatever, but now is the time to keep revenue coming into your business, not the time, right, to stop revenue coming in. Okay. Thank you guys so much for listening. Please make sure, right, you check out a VO's Journey Elite Academy. Now is the time to really join and, become a part of what we're doing there and all the opportunities that we've got. It's incredible. Also, don't forget, next week is our special, so be ready for that. That's Monday. I think may start early on Sunday, but Mondays we start for July 4th. So that week, next week is when we're having our nice special. So make sure you get that, and don't forget to check out Academy Voices Entertainment, our YouTube channel. We'd love for you to subscribe, check out what we're doing, look through the channel, watch, listen to some of our voice actors, some of the animations we're doing, the audiobooks we're doing. We've got some awesome classical audiobooks as well as animation, fan dubs, new stuff going up. And we've got so much more in the wings, so we'd love for you to check that out. But thank you guys as always for listening. Have a wonderful weekend, and I will talk to you soon. Goodbye.